Modeling School.
Welcome to the Fanboy Modeling School. I am the Fat Mantis, now in HD, and I'm here with my partner in crime,
Steve, Running No Gimmicks, also in HD. Welcome to RizRadio.com. Music for your next breakup, your home for independent hits, Fanboy Modeling School. 7 days a week. No excuse to miss it ever.
All day, every day. Or you're going to see one of our amazing shows like me, Saturdays, Sundays, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Riz Radio. We got Burn Your Degree, where I make you question your very life and why you were even born. Or my man over here with a mic check. I forget what days he is. It could be Tuesday, Thursday, could be Tuesday, Sunday, or who knows, maybe Sunday morning. Will you elaborate?
It's Sunday and Tuesday evening, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And I will make you question whether hip hop is a genre you should be a part of for whatever reason at all. If you're a young, inspiring rapper, just hit me up. I'll clear that up for you like a shot.
And I thought I said some loose ass shit tonight. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Feels good to be back on the air. I feel like what did we take? We didn't do last week. We did the week before, but we didn't do last week, did we?
Right. Yeah, we've had some choppiness going on, a little dysfunction, I'd like to say.
Yes.
Here's what it is. We were hitting the summer. I don't know, the summer funk. Is that the phrase?
It's summertime, man. It's time to be outside, mixing it up with the people, man.
I haven't left my house today.
What?
Are you kidding me? It's too hot to go out. I've just been on the whole time.
You got to get outside.
What do you think this is?
You got to get outside, man. Start mixing it up with the people, moving around, man. You know what I'm saying? Tariffs are bringing in the
DJ have to know things about the people I serve. That is a joke.
You got to be in reality with people, man. Got to be
people what they want to hear, and there you go.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So any honorable mentions, my good friend?
Huh. You know what? I'm going to go a little nuts on this one. I'm going to say no.
Really? Want to get right into the main topic?
I want to get right into it. Now, a lot of you may have already seen the cover or you're questioning the cover. The cover's a little different than usual. Normally, I hit up our top 3 stories are on the cover. There's only one I put up there.
It's only one story to talk about, really.
The Fantastic Four.
Fantastic. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about tariffs. We're not talking about...
Was there a tariff story? I didn't see that in the memo. I want to talk about comic books and movies and shit.
Let's talk about comic books and movies and shit. Welcome in, Vic, Nordic Vic, my brother. How are you doing? Oh, man. Fantastic Four. You know, being right is something that I'm always comfortable with. And being right 98% of the time, yes. Being right 98% of the time is a good number. It's hard for other people to deal with. I understand in dealing with me, it's extremely difficult. And my 98%, meaning that you're wrong 100% of the time. The other 2%, I was probably drinking when we had the conversation, which means I was still right.
I'm still a little puzzled as to where you're going with this in terms of when were you right about what?
I was right about Fantastic Four and the family element.
You're claiming right now on this show in front of all these people.
All these people.
Internet.
Yes.
In front of your own mama.
Yes.
You are telling me that you claim
yes.
you have predicted that Fantastic Four was good, and that you have said it publicly to other humans.
What I said to you, if you consider yourself a human popsicle, is that the only way that this movie would be good is if they focused on one key element, making it family friendly and driving it towards families. And I went to go see the movie with my family at 11:15 a.m. on a Tuesday, and people loved it in my theater. People were clapping, people were laughing, they were smiling. No one screamed out mid. Everyone had a good time. The reviews are fantastic. The only people calling the movie mid are the people who hate families. And you know what? In Trump's America, or should I say Roy's America, you people are going to be relegated to a camp where you're going to have enough room to run around and dig and do all the activities you want to do.
Thank you for rubbing my childlessness in my face.
The future is family. The future is family.
Nordic says, doing good, fellas. Glad to see you two are still killing it. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
And we've got what is it? Derp Entertainment saying fantastic bore. Okay.
Oh, derby.
We've got DT Dub.
What up?
Like you, cute G. What's up, guys?
What up? Shaolin Iceboxer in the house, my brother. What's going on?
What up? Good evening. We're talking about Fantastic Four. So you know what? I will eat my hat or drink my mud or whatever phrase these white folk have. I will admit that maybe you said something about the family that maybe I'm misremembering, and maybe I just want to rub it in your face because it doesn't seem like a movie you would back. Which is why I'm a little confused. But honestly, my memory is
no. Listen to the specific claim I made. This is the problem, and this is why I left debate culture on Spoon and YouTube.
You kept losing to me is why you left.
No. That is definitely not. You weren't even arguing the same points as me sometimes. The specific claim I made, if I have to get my full Andrew Wilson on right now, is that the only way this movie would be good is if they focused on the family aspect of the Fantastic Four. What is the moniker for the Fantastic Four? What are they known as in Marvels? They are
family.
It's an easy win, brother. All you gotta do is just not have Ben Grimm.
The argument is I read a comic cover.
No, my argument is simple. I know in your woke multicultural world that you're pushing all this propaganda on us, turning Cyclops black. You just want to see everything change.
To be a black Cyclops. How do you not see this? It's the only way to give him edge.
Yeah, because black people are so edgy. That's what we're known for.
Just being black makes you edgy, more edgy than just a white person.
Listen, what I'm trying to tell you is that they only needed to land that aspect. It's like what I told you in Shaolin in the chat, man. The Fantastic Four has never been cool in regards to their power set. There's a guy that stretches, there's a dude that's on fire, there's a woman that turns invisible, and a rock. They're basic, but it's how they unite as a family through these epic tales, through the Hickman run, through the original Namor conflict. It's this family that should not make it through major Marvel conflicts, and you realize that Reed Richards, unlike Tony Stark, is the guy who can fix it. That is the Fantastic Four we grew up on. Right. Reed is the guy that can fix it, and that's what we got in this movie, man. And it was real tension. There was a point in the movie where I was like, are these people about to rip that baby out their hands?
We'll get into spoilers in a sec. I just want to give a shout out to D Love, who just entered the chat. Welcome in. She says, I walk in and I'm already cracking up. Well, thank you so much. DG Dub says, I meant cut. Sorry, I can't read anything you say.
Thank you, DG. I appreciate that. Welcome in, Bex.
Bex says, hashtag fangirls for fanboys. Love it. Thank you, Bex. D says, Steve with the fresh cut. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Doesn't he look like he could be a secret agent?
You guys are used to my Morgan Freeman cut. It was time for it to go, man. I can't do it anymore. I need to get clean.
Dealing with cosmic shit. It was the comics that brought to life. Galactics was perfect. Absolutely agree with that statement.
And you know what? You didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to educate anyone on anything. You didn't have to push anything.
Wait, whoa. Okay, yeah, hold up. I see what you're saying about certain aspects, but they did have to educate a lot. The very movie starts with a montage, a newsreel.
No, that's not that type of education. That's just a part of the cinematic experience. It's like, yo, we're not doing a prequel, so here's everything you missed. If you're the one person on Earth who doesn't know the backstory of the Fantastic Four.
I will say that I know there's a there's a cut that should be 20 minutes longer. I want that cut. I want that cut.
No, you don't, because I know exactly what's on that cutting room floor. I know exactly.
So it's the Thing supposedly getting it on, or they said there would be an intimate moment with him and that chick, right? I want to see that. There's more fighting of monkeys. I want to see them fight those monkeys. You know what I mean? I'm into that. And probably all the stuff they cut from the trailers. You ever notice how much stuff didn't make it in the main movie?
It didn't need to be in there. That movie was an hour and 38 minutes, and I'm happy.
Wow, so you're saying you think this is like perfecto?
Yeah, honestly, man, I watched the director's cut on DVD the way you're supposed to, but there was a lot of fat trim. There was almost none of the cheesy Marvel joking. Right?
Oh, I love that. I love that it was just a serious, not too serious, but serious enough. Superhero.
Yeah.
They're like, this cosmic dude is coming to snatch my baby and eat my planet.
Yes.
Be serious for a minute, and I really appreciate that. I am so sick of Marvel humor.
And you know what else is crazy, man? I will eat my words. The one thing I thought I was going to cringe at the entire time was female Silver Surfer. Almost forgot she was in the movie. That's how good she did. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, I literally was looking at it and I'm going, this is an Elseworld story. I probably won't have to see you again. I might have to see you again. Who knows? But she wasn't bad. She wasn't bad.
Like most women I've only known for 5 minutes, I was prepared to hate her. However, she grew in my heart like a horrible tumor.
No.
Right? And so where am I going with this? I can die happy, because even though I love Norrin Rad and Silver Surfer is my boy, I will allow this gender bend. I will allow it. Because you know what it is? There are two important reasons why she was gender bent. Once again, I don't know. Are we doing spoilers? Are we not doing spoilers?
That depends on the audience.
Well, I want every member of the damn audience to see this movie twice. That's how much I love this movie.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Honestly, man, like I said to you guys in the chat, if this was the soft reboot of Marvel, this would be a great starting point. Again, chronologically, it should have gone like this, and I'm going to die on this hill, my brother. You know, I think we fixed the MCU pretty well. We're pretty much pros at this point, right? WandaVision, after the Infinity Saga, should have had Blue Marvel, which should have led into the Fantastic Four, which should have led to Ant-Man getting killed and Ant-Man and Wasp, which should have led to Kang being defeated by Loki in his series, and then there should have been nothing else, right? And then
I am in perfect agreement with every single thing you said. Enjoy this moment. Enjoy. It's not going to come around very often. I do agree with you. Absolutely. I love all that stuff.
You peripherally could have had everything else, man. You still could have had Multiverse of Madness, right? What that should have introduced Mephisto. So we moved Mephisto out of Ironheart. We put the Red Cloak or whatever his name is in a Doctor Strange movie. We get rid of Ironheart. We continue to scrap Iron Wars unless you make a buddy 3-way film with Bucky, War Machine, and the Winter Soldier. Then you could have had something there, but that should have been a series as well. Some espionage like stuff, and we still could have had Thunderbolts.
So here's my idea about what they should have done, and this is old school television making. This is the problem. Marvel knows how to make movies, and before somebody starts going like, "What do you mean their movies are stupid?" Blah 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 blah. They have made like 25 movies that all have broken $1 billion at the box office, and they are beloved. Even if you think the genre is like childish and dumb, one cannot argue they don't make good movies.
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing. Right?
Even their worst moments are like moments. They have momentary bad movies. They do not know how to make television.
No, they're not doing good on television.
Here's what they should have done. They should have taken all these like additional characters, these crazy spin-offs. Like they should have taken Wonder Man, Hawkeye, Ironheart, Miss Marvel, all of them, and they should have just had a show called the West Coast Avengers. Oh, She-Hulk too. And they should have all just been members of the team. And as a team, you can feature them and have do things, but don't give any one of them their own show.
Or they could have just made that Thunderbolts. Yeah, honestly, but you know what? Hey, before we get too far, man, let me spin it back here. Fantastic Four versus Superman. Superman won the box office. Fantastic Four won my respect. And you know why, man? Superman had every opportunity with all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like just all of it. Like there was no way that movie didn't have enough hype around it. Fantastic Four just needed to be good. And it blew that out of the water, man. Great launching point for both of them. I'm actually happy James Gunn is out of the MCU, because as I'm watching Fantastic Four, it reminded me of a few things that I didn't like about Superman, which was I'm like, ugh, this movie is very, very jokey, right? But it needs to be after the Snyder Cut universe.
James Gunn's kind of part of the problem with the Marvel jokery, because it was Guardians had some jokes in it, and people were like, oh, I love those jokes. I love that little raccoon guy, right? So and then Marvel's like, let's get more of that, and they started cranking it up.
Yeah. Like,
between Iron Man and Guardians, the next thing you knew, you were watching comedy. It was like Monty Python watching a freaking Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Shaolin says, don't forget the mutants. That's
the mutants. Yeah, listen, I'm just telling you right now, brothers. Like, this was a good movie, man, and it's gonna be interesting. I'm actually excited to see where they go with Doomsday. I'm excited to see where this goes. Like. This is a world where I could see a real Doctor Doom. Freaking Mole Man. Can you believe that? He was cool in the movie, man.
That's so funny because that's the one thing I didn't really like.
Why? Because you're one of these people who've always secretly thought he was cool in the comics. I'm like, this dude is not cool.
Whoa. Okay, your slander ends right now. I never thought Mole Man was cool in the comics, so here's what I'm saying. They didn't have enough time to explain Subterranea.
Yeah. You don't need to.
In the beginning of the movie, in the montage newsreels of all the villains they fight, they're like, he beat a mole man who tried to steal the Pan Am building, and you're like,
thank God.
You're like, wait, try to steal a building and try to suck it in. What is going on here? And he's like, long live Subterranea, and you're like,
thank God.
Normie cannot grasp what is happening.
They don't need to. You know why the normie doesn't need to? Because they've seen what is this movie? The Incredibles.
Incredibles 2 has the
they're like, oh, that's like that one guy, and that's why families were like, yeah, nobody needed to see that.
Like, it's just weird that they're like, and then later on they're like use him, and they're like, we'll do. How do we evacuate the city? They're like, we'll cut a deal with Subterranea, and they'll take in the humans, and we're like.
Makes sense to me. Perfect.
Don't get me wrong. It makes sense. I don't know. I just think they could have developed a little more Mole Manery.
No, there was no need to flush out his story at all.
I just want to know what his childhood was like, and his
one cares.
Has he ever loved? And how do I know that? And then I'm supposed to believe that he's going to let the humans in.
You're missing the golden age of comics. We don't need any background on that bastard. We don't need any background on a guy who lives underground. In fact, when I see homeless people underground, I'm like, whoa, I'll give you this money to not tell me your story. How about that?
I've been doing that actually when I ride the train, because all these people be coming up to me and they just talk nonsense. So and so's dead. I'm penniless. All this not. I just realized those are homeless people.
You're horrible. You're a monster.
But anyway, in the chat, Rico has joined us. Rico says, I just watched Superman last week. BTW, dope movie. Love the Iggy Pop song at the ending.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. I'm a punk rocker. Yeah.
If you say so. Everyone keeps saying that Superman had a good balance, though. It wasn't Thor jokery. Yeah, so
thank God.
Yeah, let's talk about this whole jokery, the whole jokery thing.
Making jokes. Yeah, I gotta go back. Bex called me a narc. I just saw that. She said I look like a narc.
He looks like a narc. Yes, you do look like a narc. Yeah, if you were coming out to me to buy drugs, I'd be like, get him. Are you a cop? Because you have to tell me.
No, there's no such thing as entrapment.
Spoken like a true cop. So, okay, so Superman versus Fan 4. So you've talked about it. Now it's my at bat. So people are like, "Oh, it won the box office. Won the box office. It won the box office by like $3 million, which is like nothing. They essentially made the same. If you want to get technical, fine. Superman crossed the line first. However, I think Fan 4 has more staying power than Superman. I think in the long run, the end of box office will be higher for Fan 4. I think Fan 4 not only has more repeat value watch, but I think a lot of people went to Superman just because it's Superman and you have to watch it. I mean, there's 60-year-old guys who are like, I remember, I remember that 1978 Superman. I took my first girlfriend there. I got head. It was great. And so they're going to relive that experience, right? So, however, no such thing with Fantastic Four. I think, actually, like you said, families and just like people, I think the younger audiences will be more attracted to Fantastic Four. And also, like I've said, Superman's first act is a total mess.
Yeah.
Fan 4 is definitely a better structured movie.
It is 100% a better structured movie. They just had two different things going on with it, right? There was a lot resting on the shoulders of Superman. It had to perform. It had to be something different, considering what it was stacked up against. It was almost as if it couldn't fail. Considering how bad DC had been failing, I'm really happy for James Gunn and the way this turned out for him, because the movie does have problems, but I enjoyed it. I didn't even tell you my backstory on seeing that movie. Didn't make it through the whole thing. Took a specific son of mine who couldn't handle it, and he was like, "We got to get out of here." And I was like, "All right, let's go, buddy." Yeah, he couldn't handle Superman, so I watched it on a stream, and that's why I gave it a 9 as opposed to the 8 you gave it, because I'm like, I'm watching this on a pretty bad stream too, and I was like, this is still good. Now, is this still good? I probably would have scored it higher.
That's interesting. Shaolin Iceboxer says, I was fine with the jokes in Superman. Zack Snyder is such a homicidal psychopath that he had made Superman depressing. Yeah, no, I do agree that there's something wrong with Zack Snyder. And, some people try to cite that they're like, oh, his teenage daughter deleted herself. No, he was like that before.
No, honestly, but I want to call you guys all out on something. Maybe you and Shaolin aren't guilty of this. Maybe the audience isn't guilty of this either. You all seem like highly intelligent and wise people. But Superman, prior to Zack Snyder, had been called a pretty shallow character and had been made fun of for many years in comics for being the exact Superman that was portrayed in the James Gunn movie. This is why I love the short memory and attention span that entertainment brings to people. When Superman was this bubbly blue,
people
tight,
hell out of him.
They
probably the same hipsters that are giving Superman a 99 and saying this is what superhero movie should be. They were probably, when they were younger, yes, they were saying that same thing.
Yeah, the Snyderverse was in response to something. It was in response to people feeling like there's no stakes in Superman, no character depth in Superman. And Zack Snyder gave you folks exactly what you wanted. You wanted depth. Superman broke a man's neck. On the big screen.
You know what it is? It's the fact that he is the one superhero with true morals. I know they all have morals, but he has better morals than everyone.
Yeah.
Exploring why that is always going to be deep.
Yes.
Like, why is this guy such a Boy Scout? What is going on here?
No, but it's not even Boy Scout factor. I'll give that to you guys with Captain America and Spider-Man. This is a straight up messianic figure. That's what Superman is. Make no mistake about it.
His original creators made him to be a parallel to Moses, and then later on, Christian authors would parallel him to Jesus, right? So yeah, no, he's hitting all those numbers.
Hey man, did you hear about Batman?
What am I about to get depressed right now?
Batman has officially been canonized and catechized as Catholic in the comics.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I've known that, I didn't know they had to make it official, but yeah, I've known the Waynes are Catholics.
I thought they were like Presbyterians. They strike me as Presbyterians for some reason. Superior theology.
Oh, Gothic cathedrals and stuff.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's what I envision when I think, the Waynes, Catholic, total
slaves. Catholic. I envision slaves.
having slaves.
But go ahead.
Just like the story that Bruce Wayne's families have been in Gothic Gotham since they emigrated from northern Canada when they were French fur trappers.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's the canon of the Wayne family. Whether other writers are going to change that or not, I will be like, that's always what they.
I think it's a great canon. So let's talk about the family dynamics and the character breakdowns of Fantastic Four. You and Shaolin saw it before me, and you guys both said you really enjoyed the ensemble, the cast, and I have to tell you honestly, I agree, man. That's what made this movie work. And I don't know what's up with this Pedro Pascal fatigue. Y'all are really trying to push this narrative, but this man is not going anywhere, bro. I had no problem with him.
Here's what it is. As you know, like I'm a moderate, but I roll in a lot of conservative circles.
Right.
And unfortunately, there's a bad element amongst us, right? Especially on YouTube, where they just, they're evil. They're evil. And the recent thing is, because Pedro Pascal is so left, he's such a lefty, he's a trans sister, right? Yeah. And because he's so outspoken about certain ideas, certain conservatives just want to sink him.
Yeah.
And the thing that they've tried to do is create these stories. And some of the stories are, one, we're all sick of him. We're sick of him doing shit. I'm not sick of him. I like him doing shit. I want to see him do more shit. And then the other one is that he's creepy to his cast members.
Right.
Cast members, which there's no evidence of that.
No one's complaining.
Yeah.
I do love the little montage of like, Pedro's about to get more anxiety.
He's always saying, here's what I'm saying. Here's all I'm saying is that if I was on set with Vanessa Kirby, I would be touching her all the time too. That's all.
Well, you know what the crazy thing is? Where is her husband? And why is she's usually the one grasping for Pedro now? And I'm like, what is happening, bro? I'm like, what is happening?
You know the theory. You know what you heard what the theory is? The dark theory.
What?
So they believe that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo did such a good job promoting it, where they were touchy-feely. Like, they're like, we're the best of girlfriends, and we cry in each other's arms and hold each other's hands, and they keep grabbing each other.
We menstruate at the same time.
People are saying that a marketing firm probably told them to do that, to try to kind of mimic that energy, which does not work with Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby as it does.
You know what works much better? That video Shaolin sent of Human Torch and Ben laughing when that lady was like, I could just gobble it up. And he looks at him.
Yo, thank you, Shaolin Iceboxer, for sending that clip. That was hysterical. So I'm not going to play it because I don't want to press buttons right now. But I'll you guys, in the clip, there's I don't know what type of report. She's probably Canadian. And she's like, the movie was so good. It was, and she's fighting for a word. She can't seem to find it. And then she goes, I just gobbled it all up. And the guy who plays Ben Grimm, and the guy who plays Johnny Storm, they both like look at each other at the same time. And Johnny Storm keeps his head turned to the side. He's like, and so he's laughing, but Ben Grimm is just trying to hold it in. Like, it was hysterical. But you could tell like that's good chemistry because they're boys.
Yeah, and it works, man. And it really came through in the film, man. It came through that I actually believe that these people. It was like watching Living Single, but with white people. Wait, that's Friends. But it was like watching Living Single. And seeing like the chemistry between them, there was real tension, man. I gotta tell you honestly, so comic accurate in the sense of the feel of the movie. Like, one slight spoiler, I have to tell you, my favorite scene in the movie could have been the worst scene in the movie is when Sue Storms goes out. Oh, Sue Richards, I'm not doing that game. When she goes out with the baby around the people. And I was like, man, this really should have been a Christmas movie. I know they needed to get it out soon, but like when she gave that monologue about Franklin, I was like, this really is the Fantastic Four. I was so pissed that we weren't going to get to see Krasinski and Emily Blunt. I don't think they could have pulled this off, to be honest with you.
For some reason, it would have been cheesy if they did it. Now that you mentioned, I really think it would be super cheesy. For some reason, this cast pulled it off. I agree with you. That is Fantastic Four, that they had to convince, because selfish, not Americans, I was about to say Americans, selfish humans, selfish earthlings were going to sacrifice a baby for their own deeds.
Yeah.
However, instead of it being some dark Zack Snyder stuff, which a movie could have easily gone, we all know a modern adaptation of that story could have gone crazy.
Yeah.
Instead, she just, heartwarming speech. This is a baby. This is us. This all that kind of thing, and like everyone's heart is warmed, and they were appealed to by their humanity.
Yeah.
And their spirit. It was beautiful.
Honestly, man, and the same thing in regards to the entire Galactus thing. Galactus, one of the most tragic and mistreated characters in comics. And when I say that, I want to give respect to the writers and the people who've written stories with Galactus over the years. He is a difficult character to not include in a lot of cosmic levels events. Like, he's that guy, right? Like, we need someone to prove how strong the next cosmic threat is. Guess Galactus is getting his ass kicked this month. But like, did you ever read Thor Herald of Galactus with the Dark Winter?
No.
All right, go read that. It really shows you that Galactus is a tragic tale, man. I almost forget that he comes.
Well, I mean, I know the origin of, I've heard it many times before, and stuff. So, yeah, because I know the Dark Winter is what he called the Galactus before him, right?
Yeah.
His universe. It is tragic, and I love that they. It's funny. I've heard some people critique the movie, and they're like, "I wish there was a backstory to Galactus." I think he explained himself perfectly well in that when they talked.
Yeah, I'm glad he had less backstory than Mole Man.
The fact that he's like, I used to be a puny entity such as yourself and witnessed the end of my own galaxy, and now I'm cursed with this hunger. That's enough. That is enough for me to go on it.
Bro, that was literally his backstory for several decades. That's as much as we knew for a long time. Maybe I can get that wrong, but I thought he was amazing, intimidating. I looked over at my kids during the movie. My kids, they're hardened little sociopaths. Nothing impacts them. When Galactus is on the screen, they're both like this. Like, and I'm like, yes. I'm like, no fear.
I love it when he comes to Earth, man. I love just the way he is. He's just so intimidating and scary. And I love when he gets tricked by them and he's just like, clever bugs.
Yeah. I love that. And as I juxtapose this to Superman again, my biggest critique of Superman could have been that there wasn't a real threat, but there was a real threat, and it was Lex Luthor, and he was the appropriate level threat for that movie, and I really enjoyed him. For the Fantastic Four, it really does take me back to that place where it's like, man, these guys took on a cosmic entity in their first outing almost as a family. Not their official first outing, but one of their biggest impacts. And in the comics, it was to the point where Reed had to sneak on a ship and grab a weapon that looks like a weird Bunsen burner called the Ultimate Nullifier to threaten to destroy Galactus.
It's so weird that it's not made for a hand, so it's like
but in this, there was no opportunity like that. Now, I do know some people have some feelings about the power levels of Sue Storms, and I just want to remind you of one thing, and I don't want to spoil that for anyone. Sue Storms once stopped 3 Celestials from breaking through her barrier in the comics. All right, I don't want to hear anything about it, bro.
But here's another thing. This is just easily explained. It's almost like the Phoenix Force or something, right? Her child is being threatened, so therefore she can summon infinite power. Now, this sounds stupid, but makes comic book sense.
Yeah.
Right? When somebody's threatening your loved one, suddenly Spider-Man, like they're about to kill Mary Jane, and suddenly gets a burst of power, and he's able to fight 100.
Now he's not holding back anymore. The old not holding back.
He was not holding back. I honestly, Mama Bear protecting her cub, I'm pro it.
I'm pro it too, man. I'm absolutely pro it.
Now, I think here's what I'm saying. Johnny Storm, amazing. Ben Grimm, surprisingly amazing. I think it's weird that they didn't give him the gruff tough guy voice, but he still pulled it off.
Oh, he's been the best
voice.
Yeah, best thing, representation. It was just enough torturedness to not get on my nerves.
Yeah. And then Sue also doing great.
Yes. Not a girl boss, just a boss, just appropriately set as a boss.
And think about it once again, as I spoke about my side, these conservative YouTubers that are just toxic. Look at all the horrible rumors they said. They're like, Johnny Storm will not be a womanizing playboy like in the comic books. He kind of is in this thing. He's girl crazy.
Yeah.
That's a major part of the story, right?
Right.
Also, they said Sue Storm will be the leader, not Reed Richards. Reed Richards was clearly the leader.
Yeah.
She did leader stuff, but she wasn't his boss.
Yeah.
So what it is, all these stories that they supposedly leaked were all just lies to discredit the film because they're trying to attack the liberals who made it. It was really bad. But I will say this. So I like Pedro Pascal and I like everything going on as Reed Richards. I will say he was the most not comic accurate than any of them. But still, it wasn't enough to irritate me.
No, you know what? I won't disagree with you, but I don't agree with you at the same time. I see what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I think the dynamic between Pedro Pascal and friggin' Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom is going to be key for Doomsday. That's going to be the sticking point. There is no other relationship or tension I'm interested in this movie other than Reed Richards and Dr. Doom. Let's be real, my brother. Tony Stark should have never been thrown into the spotlight like he was. Yeah. We had a movie rejuvenated character in a comic book and not the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always been Reed and Doom.
Yes, no, it is, and not only that. In Avengers, for many, it wasn't until the movies disrupted this, and this was because, like you said, the properties and what they made first or whatever. But everybody knows the main character of the Avengers is Captain America. It has never been Iron Man. Mm-hmm. And so that was some weird thing. It was only because they hired the most famous actor to play Iron Man that they gave him the role as he's the star of the show, but he was never in the comic books. That's a complete inaccuracy. And I agree with you. Iron Man should not be front and center. He does not have he has a fine rogues gallery. He doesn't have an amazing rogues gallery. He's not epic. He doesn't have many stories that are epic.
No, I mean, there's some great stories in there, man. But Reed Richards, I get what you're saying about Pedro Pascal, but I think they really leaned into the tension that they tried to give to Tony Stark. And let me make my case here. You tell me if this resonates for you. You know why the Ultron story fell flat? Because that is more of a Reed Richards thing. Not to make a suit of armor. Reed would never say anything as stupid as that. But Reed would make a bridge to get to another universe. He would make a bridge to send an entire planet to another galaxy, bro.
I need to call some of these people out. I need to call 3 YouTubers that I'm actually fans of. Well, one I hate, one two I appreciate. I love heavy spoilers. I absolutely love them. Despise Grace Randolph. She's the devil. She's not even a human in my opinion. And Jeremy Johns. And so, however, I do take in their content. All 3 of them had the same complaint. Now, what do you think of this complaint? They said that they're like, did Reed factor in that we need a Jupiter-like planet to protect us from meteors? And did they and they were factoring in all these astrophysics things in about his teleportation plan. So my counter is, he's the world's smartest freaking man. Do you think that he wouldn't factor it in? Just because he didn't tell you the finer details of his astrophysics super science project?
Wait, let me see.
These people who have elementary school level science think that they are outsmarting Reed Richards, the world's smartest man in the fictional world he lives in.
But he did, and maybe they missed the part. He said we're going to a galaxy within a fraction of what we need to survive. So that is a total statement.
Yes, exactly. All the things are factored in. All 3 of these YouTubers mentioned it as a complaint.
No, they're morons. One pretends to be a cokehead. The other one, it probably is a cokehead. And I have no problem with every spoilers.
We're talking about you, Grace.
No, man, I'm just saying that, like, I thought it was great, man. I think Reed Richards versus Dr. Doom is going to be great. I do feel bad for Jonathan Majors, though, in this sense, man. Kang I told you, man, he should have never been introduced as a main villain. I don't know what they slipped in your drink in particular. I thought you were a doppelganger one day when you were like, Kang is the future. I'm like, we was Kangs? What are you talking about?
So here's actually what I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I have to defend it because I did defend Kang, right?
Right.
I still think the Kang Dynasty would have been a good movie.
Could have been.
I do admit Kang should not have been the choice for the main character.
No.
Villain. Okay, you know what? Okay, you're right.
No, but here's the thing, man. Kang in the Loki series would have been a great side villain. That was a great little, that was a great addition. You need an avenue for Doom to come through. It's just, what are we going to do now? I mean, the hard sell is obviously going to be Robert Downey Jr. as Doom, right? But if this is not Tony Stark, and we're already seeing it's not Tony Stark, right? I was so happy to see, how do you pronounce the name of Doom's country? Latveria? Latveria. Sounds foreign to me, but like just to see that was
un-American.
Just to see that was an actual country that resisted the Future Foundation, and it wasn't like Starks. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they could totally do it. I was really thinking we we're gonna have to see an alternate version of Tony Stark, but they could literally just have Robert Downey Jr. playing Dr. Doom. That would be amazing. It would be the ultimate FU to every reviewer, critic, socially conservative or liberal, if he is literally just playing the character. If we don't have to go through any of the tension, just imagine. I don't think you're really wrapping your head around what I'm saying, my brother. Imagine not having to sit through the doppelganger movie that we talked about 2 months ago with an evil Tony Stark, an evil Captain America, Scarlett Johansson.
Listen, I back you on the Kang call, but I also back you on the Robert Downey. I've always backed you on the Robert Downey Jr. thing. It is a mistake. It is not good. Here's what it is. I'm hoping, despite my own logic and wisdom that far advances Kevin Feige, that somehow they pull this off. I'm hoping.
They can. You're not hearing what I'm saying, brother? What if he's literally just playing Doom and there's no reference, no weird looks from Spider-Man like you look like Tony? What if he's literally playing Doom? That would be amazing. That would be the way to end the MCU. They land Avengers Doomsday and then Secret Wars with a big FU to YouTube commentary. That'd be amazing. It'd be amazing.
So how do they pull this off? The only way that they could pull that off is they make his face really deformed when he takes the mask off, and he mostly keeps the mask on most of the time. If they did that and it just happened to be Robert Downey Jr. playing him, that would blow my mind. I would give so much credit to Marvel. I'd take back all the horrible things I said about Kevin Feige.
Even if they I agree with that. Even if they just had it where, so say for instance, the post credit. Sorry guys, I'm ruining the post credit. Everyone knows Doom is in the post credit. How many post credits? Just one, correct?
Just one real one, and then the final one was just a cartoon. It was the fake cartoon.
Okay, so the post credit of young Franklin 4 years after the Galactus event, and Doom's in the room. Did you notice that Franklin's rubbing his face? So that's probably how they're going to fix his face. I think that's going to be some type of thing there where like he is deformed. But hear me out. Even if they did that, as long as Robert Downey Jr. is playing Victor Von Doom, I wouldn't even care if he went to another universe and like, you look like Tony Stark. And he's like, who the hell is that? As long as he's not Tony Stark from that universe, I'm okay with it. I can let the whole thing slide, bro.
No, it puts me back. It takes me out of the movie. It doesn't like because it's such an unnecessarily.
He should not have been cast. But I'm telling you, that's the path forward. And I think we're not going to get Hickman's Secret Wars, but I honestly think we might get something. We could get something special.
We'll get elements of it. We certainly will, because all the modern stories, they always take shades of it. If they don't, they never take a full story.
We just don't need evil Avengers. We don't need that, brother. We don't need it.
You're right. It's gimmicky. It's a gimmicky. Yeah. It's an excuse to bring the old actors back. Yeah, although you heard what ScarJo said, I absolutely love. I actually really like that chick.
ScarJo.
Yeah. So they kept asking her. They're like, "Are you in Endgame? Are you in Endgame? We heard Chris Evans is coming back. Are you too?" And she goes, "Did you guys not pay attention? If Black Widow comes back, half the universe dies. Because remember,
that's an odd answer. Yeah, yeah.
It's a funny one because she clearly is the only one paying attention to the story. You're right. If Black Widow comes back, half the universe goes back to being dead.
No, that's not true. Continuity wise, if she comes back, it doesn't impact. They see you're not paying attention to the story. Let me take you through
you're not paying
take you through the advanced quantum physics of their time travel shenanigans, right?
Let's say you unalive her, or no.
So if you bring her back, you can't undo what has been done. Don't you remember what Paul Reed?
You're talking about time travel.
No, I'm talking about if they brought her back, it's not going to impact what's happened. The gems are gone.
No. Okay, no, you don't understand. Resurrection will destroy half the universe. If you're talking about time travel stuff,
how is the resurrection going to destroy half the universe?
Because her death is what empowered the soul gem.
Okay, so the soul gem went on to be used for its task, right? And then the soul gem.
So what you were? Here's what it is. Here's what we are both assuming something about the Infinity Gauntlet.
I'm debunking whatever.
You're assuming. You're assuming greatly. So here's what it is. I'm the only one who's assuming and admitting that he's assuming. You're assuming, and you're.
I'm responding to what you're saying. Let me finish.
Let me finish. My assumption is
right.
The spell or whatever, the activity of doing the Infinity Gauntlet is what we call a sustain, which means it must be magically sustained, and the conditions that magically made it have to remain. Your belief is that it's an instant.
I haven't even espoused my belief.
Your belief is
you haven't even espoused.
Needs no more energy source to do anything further after it has done its task.
Okay, we're not playing Magic the Gathering. Let me just correct you right now. And I'm just responding.
Life is Magic the Gathering, my friend.
It is. It's true. The other day, I walked into a restaurant. I rolled a die, and I was like, 12, free food. Give it up. The thing is, what I'm saying to you is, my brother, she sacrificed herself. Stone was given to Jeremy Renner. We're tracking right now.
Yes.
Jeremy Renner returned back to his point in time with it. They could not resurrect her because it couldn't be undone. Period. There was no mention of consequences. It just could not be done. Like literally, that is the next scene with the Hulk throwing the freaking bench into the sky. He's like, You're already
not making sense. You're already not.
I'm really telling you what happened in the movie. Don't get mad at me. That is quite literally what happened in the movie. So then they assemble the gems. Hulk snaps, gets his hand fricasseed. Who can be brought back is brought back. They defeat Thanos. Captain America takes the gems back to their points. So you're telling me that she said, the woman that starred in the Black Widow movie.
Yes, the woman who would know better than either you or me has stated.
Now, that doesn't make any sense. At what point? Send me the clip. I won't even put the proof of burden on you right now. Send me the clip of when they say in that movie there are consequences for bringing it back, and that's the end of it.
Oh no, I'll send you the clip of her saying that.
No. I want to see it in continuity where there are consequences.
So what how I believe that it works is that if she is resurrected, and I don't mean timey-wimey time travel thing. I'm saying if she's resurrected, the power of the soul gem goes back into its mystical, whatever thing, and it undoes the things it has done. It's like when you pull the power cord out, your computer stops working.
That is not.
You know how that happens? You unplug it.
Sir.
You say it, poof.
Sir.
Say poof. Just say it. Say the thing. Say it. Say poof.
I'm not saying it.
Poof. What is wrong with you? Just say it.
I'm not saying it. Sir, that's not how the Infinity Gems work. I don't know who you.
It is clearly how they work. The one who played her said it.
The actress said it, so it must be true.
Okay, let's move on. What are your final thoughts on Fan 4?
we haven't had this much fun talking about a Marvel property in a while, and that is the fun right there. The last thing I was really go for it, brother.
No, you do your last.
No, the last thing I was really excited about was clearly just the appearance of Mephisto, which I just think is going to be great if they actually do the Doctor Strange Damnation story, which is a great story. Have you ever read Damnation when Mephisto takes over Vegas? Hilarious, hilarious story. That would be amazing. But this really was just. It was a good day, man. It was a good day. I took my kids to go see a movie, man. It was a good day. We walked out the theater. My kids haven't really liked the Marvel movie. It's more just an activity that we do with each other. It's like, hey, thanks for taking me out there. They were laughing. They were smiling. I was smiling. It was great, man. It was great.
It's so great. It's so great to, like you said, walk out of a Marvel movie and feel really happy and overjoyed and things to talk about. You know what I mean? Like remember Captain America? We saw it. We had nothing to talk about on the ride home. We were like, no. So that happened.
we tried to talk to those nerds in the elevator, and I'm just like, you disgust me.
Yeah, I don't know why you were talking to those idiots. So my final thought is utterly amazing. You guys need to check it out. I really am hoping for a director's cut, but you know what else I'm willing to sacrifice on my nerddom?
What's that?
I don't want to see Norrin Red. And maybe if they did a Silver Surfer movie, I would not mind a Shalabal Silver Surfer movie. Because you realize they've opened the gates to a good movie with her.
Yeah, they have. They have.
On the far side of the galaxy universe, it can be her versus Galactus and her trying to get out of there.
They have. It's a good point. But also, I just want you to open yourself up to this. Maybe we don't need to see either one of those characters again. Maybe we can just go right into Doomsday, dealing with what we all need to deal with. The Doom quest, the Thanos quest we never got. How does Doom get the power? What does he do? Too many pieces on the board right now, my brother. We got too many reality bending pieces on the board. We got Wanda, her son somewhere roaming around with Agatha. We have the Sentry, which they jumped his power scale into a different point of the story way sooner than they needed to. So we got those two. We have who else? Who's a reality bender? We got Loki in the tree. We got Franklin. Someone else has reality bending powers. Who is it? You guys let me know in the comments. But there's someone else.
Which I think at some point, at least in terms of Marvel, every one of those characters have at one point worked for Doctor Doom. Maybe not Sentry. I would have to double check Sentry. But Scarlet Witch at one point was his lover. Right, and he has corrupted Franklin Richards multiple times in multiple stories. Yeah, I would not be surprised if he starts seducing the reality benders to be his bitches.
Also, we got to have a showdown with Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, man. I guess Doctor Strange would be the other, because where are they going with his whole story? He's like a reality threat. He caused an incursion, which is in Doom in the actual Secret Wars. Doom is the one causing the incursions, but he's doing it for a good reason. He's doing it to protect me and you.
I mean, he always has these gray area reasons. Here's what I'm saying. I understand if they don't make a Silver Surfer movie, that would be fine. But I do believe that in terms of a trilogy, and I'm not talking about Avengers Secret Wars or Avengers and Doomsday. What I'm saying is, in terms of a trilogy for Fan 4, and I hope they're able. I know there's rumors of a looming reboot. I hope they're able to not only Doomsday and Secret Wars, but also get a Fantastic Four 2 and 3 out. 3 is the perfect opportunity to bring Galactus back. That he's been gone. They think they've been safe, and suddenly he comes back, and then they have to really deal with him. Yeah, and it can complete the Franklin Richards storyline.
Yeah. I mean, don't forget that at some point in his life, in the far future, they kind of retcon this, but I hope they don't retcon it. At the end of all things, there's only Franklin Richards and Galactus. For some reason.
Totally gay. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. I could not resist. I'm sorry.
Wait, before we end, I got 2 trailers for you. I know we're going to keep it an hour tonight, but I got 2 trailers that we got to go over really quickly.
Absolutely.
I shared my screen. Talamasca, the Secret Order official teaser trailer. Bex, if you're still in the house, from the universe of Anne Rice. If you enjoyed the Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, this is the
series.
joint universe thing that they're doing.
Yeah, this is the joint universe thing. This is the Secret Order. Let's check it out together.
Through that door.
What up, Matt? Welcome
What
in.
up, Matt?
Sit with me, please. Welcome to the Talamasca.
Okay, shoot your shot.
For centuries, our order has protected the equilibrium of society. As a recruit, your task is to gather knowledge, and most of all, remain unseen. We keep tabs on the supernatural. We watch the vampires, the witches, the demons. We watch and we're always there.
So why do you want me?
You have a rare talent, a talent that you conceal.
What power do you think you possess?
They're lying to you.
Is he a body thief?
What's going on?
No.
Say again?
I was gonna say, is he the body thief? But probably not.
There are forces at play that you could possibly understand.
You're hiding something from me.
Listen to me. You can't trust them.
It's time, Guy. Your mission begins now.
They're using you, kid.
Who are you?
There it is, folks. So there's that one. They just I guess this was going down at Comic-Con. They went over that. What are your thoughts, my brother?
It's too much of a teaser. It didn't really, we couldn't sink our teeth into it, if you know what I mean.
I mean, it's a respite, right? You know, in between waiting for Doomsday and the next James Gunn Peacemaker / Peacemaker season 2 coming out, all that stuff. Got a little something coming from that universe. Now, I didn't watch the show about the witches. I barely read those books as a kid. I'm not interested.
Yeah, it just didn't interest me, even though it has Alexandria Daddario, one of the most beautiful women ever.
Just wasn't,
and even that couldn't bring me to it.
Yeah, this might be interesting. I always enjoy the Watcher lore. I enjoyed it in Highlander. I enjoy it in this story. Yeah, it'll be good. Yeah.
Oh, Gray Winthrop is here. She says this looks better than the Mayfair Witchers, at least.
Hey,
welcome in, Gray.
I got one more trailer for you.
Is this the movie where black people use magic to keep whites calm?
No.
I don't know that. What movie is that?
That would be amazing.
This is your mission if you choose to accept. Oh, here it is.
We're here in Toronto shooting season 3, and we're going on tour with the Vampire Lestat. It's a wild ride. In season 3, Lestat's living a rock star life in its most hedonistic, authentic way. Right now, he wants to be completely engulfed in the music. It lights a fire in him. This show is so crazy. Every season feels entirely different. Got 100 new skill sets to try and learn and rehearse, and I'm loving it. Yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Every day for 2 years in the trailer, I could hear him next door practicing. Everyone's in for a treat.
I'm so excited for everyone to see these wild costumes, these crazy sets, the extraordinary music. Is the world ready for season 3 of Interview with the Vampire? They better be ready. It's a big season. I think we're going to call it the Vampire Lestat, though, aren't we?
So wait, they're gonna change the title of the show every time they switch novels? That's not smart.
You know what's crazy, man? When I watch that, I almost want to make you sit through the other Vampire Lestat movie that came out. The one with that one guy. Was it Stuart Townsend his name? Remember he was in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and he played Dorian Gray. Aaliyah was in the movie.
They made a Queen of the Damned.
Yeah, that was basically the Vampire Lestat, and they mashed it.
Right. No, I've seen that. I saw that. I totally forget it. Actually, the only time I remember is that they were like, "I'm turning to stone" or whatever. But I'm just saying they shouldn't have changed the title.
You don't think so, man? You don't think so?
No, people know the Interview with the Vampire. Just keep it Interview with the Vampire.
It's gonna be interesting,
because then after 2 seasons of that, what they're gonna do, Tales of the Body Thief or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they'll do Queen of the Damned. They'll switch the title every time. I mean, I don't think it's in terms of brand, in terms of marketing, it's not smart. But
Matt says Grace loves Interview with a Vampire. I think it's because of you guys. I knew she was watching the show. I knew you watched, Grace.
She gets off on how abusive I am with my language around here. But yes, she absolutely loves it. She used to be a hater, like everything. She always comes in on things late. She's I'm gatekeeping her. She doesn't belong, and but but anyway, yeah, here's what it is. I'm definitely way more excited about the 3rd season of Interview with the Vampire than I am the Talamasca. It just didn't show a lot. That's my problem. It's a teaser, not really a trailer.
And it's kind of unless you're deep in the lore of the books, I don't know how you're going to pull in an outside audience for that, but I'm assuming the same way that they pulled in an outside audience for this. Let's be real. This franchise, in regards to the media property, was dead after Queen of the Damned. Dead. So they managed to pull back in the hardcores. The hardcores told their gay friends, and then their gay friends showed up. So I'm assuming something like that is going to happen in the adverse but it didn't really happen for the witches. I don't know what the ratings were for the witches.
So Macad in the chat said his wife watched the witches and she liked it. Did anyone else watch the witches? Should I watch the witches?
I mean, it's free at this point.
Saw it.
Bex didn't give it great reviews. I don't think Grimm gave it good reviews either.
Yeah. Gray says, did you guys hear that
yes,
Jacob Anderson, who played Daniel on Sandman season 2? I didn't
know he played the new Dream. So they completely replaced the other actor with him. I didn't know that.
Why though? What was wrong with the other actor?
I don't know. I thought that guy was great. Did they completely replace the Grimm, the guy who played Dream in the 1st season? That sucks. That dude was dope.
I thought they were scheduling, like they were canceling all of Sandman stuff, anything with that from that writer.
Really?
Because it was like a late in the game Me Too thing.
Oh no.
Where they found out that he was banging all these interns and
that comic book run, Sandman, Lucifer,
Neil Gaiman,
all those guys. That whole story is very. Have you ever tried to read the whole, Sandman, Lucifer, Morning Star, all that stuff? Have you ever tried to read it?
I'm not necessarily against it. It's just when I was younger, I didn't read like cerebral comic books. As a matter of fact, I didn't read Watchmen until I was an adult. I just don't, like, as a teenager, I just felt like I couldn't handle it. It was like too much for me.
Right.
Aaliyah died of embarrassment because of the Queen of the Damned movie. Oh man, too soon.
Morpheus dies in the comics.
Okay, but I thought the show was I thought they were canceling everything, and Daniel replaces him. But I thought they were canceling it. Gray, will Gray answer in this next one? Let's find out. They just sped up the timeline in the show because they had to wrap it up in only two seasons.
Okay.
They replaced him, but at the end of the season. But I think it's. I don't think they're going to make more of them just because of the scandal going on.
Oof.
It just goes to show you, everyone, be good to your interns. Don't whip it out. Keep it in your pants, gentlemen, please. Don't shit where you eat.
Yes. Always stay away from the interns. My brother, did you have fun tonight?
Real quick before I answer that, Matt Cat says Neil Gaiman did nothing wrong. Sandman was just all right. Matt Cat had to get his jig in there. I had an amazing time. What about you?
I had a great time, man. It was great to talk Fantastic Four with you, brother. I love the movie, man. I told you, I gave it 5 stars. 5 stars from your boy Steve, man.
Yeah, that is freaking awesome, guys. Thank you for checking out the Fanboy Modeling School, courtesy of Riz Radio. You can catch us on rizradio.com nightly, or you can also find us wherever digital radio is found. You can always catch me, the Fat Mantis, on Burn Your Degree, Saturdays and Sundays, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. on the station. And what about you, my friend?
Sunday nights and Tuesday nights, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Mic check with your boy, still Steve, real name, no gimmicks, man. Always talking hip hop and everything in between.
My life. Guys, this is the Fat Mantis saying ciao for now, bitches.